I'm not sure it gets any more delicious than Richland Springs Calvert. You know, just all the hype. I mean, that's the 9th time that we've played each other in the playoffs since 2002. It's funny. I woke up that morning, that Saturday morning, and you know, I think it's safe to say that I'm fairly confident about this group. But I woke up with this sense of dread. I thought, oh my God, what if we lose, you know? And that kind of lingered there for a bit because, you know, we're playing this outstanding team. We're playing this team that's had our number the last 2 times.
Lord, I pray that you keep both teams injury-free tonight, Lord, and help everything that we do be pleasing to you.
You know, you show up and there's this, you know, huge tailgate party that our guys have put on, and I mean, and then the crowd keeps pouring in, pouring in, pouring in. I would assume over 3,000 people at the game. People on both sides jacked up. 6-Man World is watching this game. ESPN is there doing, you know, some of their background work for the documentary that's going to be there in February. We're there filming. You know, you've got 2 different radio crews, and people are texting me, you know, about 1 every 4 seconds. And so we're doing all of these kinds of things, trying to keep up. And in the midst of this circus-like atmosphere, the Coyotes show up, and the Coyotes take care of business. And that's what you got to do. Even in the midst of all of the swirl, even in the midst of all of the excitement, even in the midst of all of the things that people are saying and people are, you know, talking about how great you are, at some point, you know, you've got to play the game. And they played the game. It didn't take me long to get over any kind of nervousness that I had. After the first drive where we marched down the field and we scored, I said we're going to win this game. Now, they came back and tied it up at 8, but you know, I never had any doubts after that first drive because I said, you know what, we're going to control these guys. And we did. And they were just, you know, phenomenal play all around. You know, even though, you know, I'm feeling confident because, you know, watched a lot of football, watched this team, and so just have a sense. You know, the crowd, though, they were on the edge of their seats. I mean, you still had all this energy on both sides. There's no telling how many different communities were represented by different people in the crowd because the whole 6-Man world came out to watch this game. So the energy's high, you've got the cameras, you've got all of this activity. So coaches on both sides had to work to manage those things and keep their players focused on the job at hand. And, you know, I have to say both coaching staffs did that. It was impressive the way that they all handled their young men. You know, I've been a football fan from the moment that I was actually conscious, you know. And to be able to watch athletes on both sides, it was just sheer, pure joy. And to see the athleticism, to see, you know, watching young men step up to the challenge on both sides. You know, because they've been dealing with all the hype. They read all the stuff. And to see them all perform at such a high level is good stuff. The last couple of years I've been on the radio, and we are able to kind of track how many people that we have listening now because it's really just streaming, you know, online. And I think we got up over 200 listeners, which, you know, is probably a pretty big deal for a, you know, community that only has 350 in it. But I think people were listening around, and, you know, being able to do that's really a lot of fun. There's probably stuff that I shouldn't say, but, you know, I go ahead and do it anyway because it's easier to get forgiveness than it is permission.
Now they abandon the tight formation. They'll go back to the spread, one to each side, three in the backfield along with Thompson. They'll pitch it back to him, two-man rush, looking to throw, trying to get around him. Still on his feet. He's got lots of room to run, and wow, what a hit. And that's Burkhart that got him. That was Thompson that coming down the sidelines jumped way up in the air, and he got lit up. He was about 6 feet in the air by Burkhart. You see this at every level, and it's just a dangerous play to do.
Jason, I think he just wrenched the knee a little bit. I'm pretty sure he'll be back. But, yeah, he was head high.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
You know, people do love being able to listen in on these huddles when I stick the mic in and they're able to hear it streaming.
Lion! Go hard here, go hard here. Now look, hut. Hey, that's going to push it to the right.
And what's really cool is that I do that with confidence that whatever goes out over the air is going to be okay. And there's not going to be a problem with stuff that's said. So we're not going to have to beep a bunch of stuff out. You know, halftime score is 56-16, so that's 40-point lead. And so I'm thinking, you know, this game's going to be over maybe 2 series into the second half because, you know, the 45-point mercy rule, all we need is one more score.
I think we ought to do this. Slide right. Go, yes, go. You played the second half great, just like you did that first half.
Yes, sir.
You played great.
Yes,
if you make a mistake, you get up, you laugh it off, and we make another play. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Give it all, guys. Give it all.
1, 2, 3. That's it.
And those guys from Calvert, no quit. They kept coming back. They'd score, and then we'd score. And we'd bring it up to 42 at times, and I'm thinking, man, it's going to be over here anytime. No, here they come back. Big hearts. Big hearts. And then finally it does happen. Traven makes the big interception. Bing, bang, boom. We go down, we score. Game over. Shaking hands, doing all the kinds of things that go on after the game. I mean, Jared Martin goes 10 for 10 on extra points. I can't even tell you how difficult that is to do. But that young man had a 20-point night in 10 plays. That's pretty good stuff right there.
Here's senior bullfighter and football player Colt Carlisle. Colt, how would you think about the game?
It was awesome. I can't say nothing else. It was awesome.
You know, those are a bunch of good football players over there who didn't quit.
They're just a bunch of studs. They're athletes, and just made it that much better of a game.
Those guys will wear you out running up and down the field with them.
Yes, sir, they will.
You did a great job. I want to shake your hand. Good job. 34, senior center, Traven Day. Traven, tell us about that interception.
Well, he was going after that pass, and they've been trying to burn me all night, so I finally said I had enough of it, and I just went for it and got it.
You said you'd had enough of it, huh? So I guess you showed them, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, good job. So I always say that number 2 represents the percentage of body fat. Is that true?
Pretty close.
Pretty close. See, that lie. So what'd you think about the Calvert Trojans?
They were very fast. They're athletic and physical, but pulled together and staying sharp, and just had a good night.
You know, it was a tiring game, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Very tiring. Right when we think we about had it, they came back, and it was just a chess match, but it's good.
But ultimately, checkmate with us, right?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Oh, I mean, it's just a great feeling after coming out here for trying to get 8 titles and coming out here and getting another victory under our belt and just moving on. Feels good. Feels great.
Hey, we owed those guys a couple. And you were part of the last time we played them a couple of years ago, and they got us. They came back and got us. How does it feel to be able to take care of business?
Oh man, I just feel like we're steps above where we used to be. And Calvert did. They had one coming back for them. They got me my freshman year, and I figured it was our time to come back and repay them.
Well, hey, we're proud of you always.
Time to get ready for that semifinal. You know, that's a good football team. And, you know, they're going to be a different style team. But they've been there before. They've won it before. They know what it takes. Like our bunch, they are a tough-minded group. They are extremely confident. It's going to be a good football game in Tuscola, Texas.